One thing that I learned from a producer friend, very skilled producer friend called Massimo Girardi, who was the former A&R from Memoria Recordings, years ago said the following thing to me: add things to your track that you can feel but not hear. Add things to your track that you can feel but not hear. And this simple lesson stuck in my head forever since then. So for this video I wanted to show you 4 of my favorite tools that I use for doing exactly this, and of course I will share some audible examples. Also how you can actually add things to the track or fill it up without actually adding any new tracks to it and make it less static sounding, right? So we could go quite minimalistic but still ending up with kind of a full track with the right tools, right? Hey friends, Silvano here from roughingstudio.com. So just to mention before we start here, the track or the kick that you can hear in this video is my soft but snappy Rominimal Ableton Live kick preset that you can download for free if you like to. And it was actually inspired by Barak, Seb, Petra Inspirescu, and so on. So this kick can give you a great starting point in case you want those longer, deep, darker sounding Rominimal kicks for your very own tracks. And it's also very flexible and easy and quick to use. So yeah, if you want it for free, just click on the link below. So yeah, now let's jump in to those 4 tools to add subtle changes to your track that you can feel but not actually hear. Let's jump in. So the first tool I like to use is Crystallizer from Soundtoys, and you probably have seen me using this if you follow along in the other videos. Now this tool is called Granular Echo Synthesizer, right? Sounds really fancy, but honestly I don't really care how it sounds. I only care what it can add to our track, right? So let's have a quick listen. Yeah, let's have a quick listen here. This is a track that we work on with. Now here, Crystallizer, right? Yeah, honestly it doesn't add too much, but again, we need to add stuff that we can feel but not hear, and this is very subtle, to be honest. Yes, it just adds some movement, and this was actually a atmosphere recording from a bad track that I saved, and I think this is a good track, so I used it here. And I also think that's why we need to finish tracks that we don't like, because then we can save the good parts and use it later on in our good tracks, right? And learn from them. So yeah, just a little side note here. So yeah, now Crystallizer, and I just wanted to share a mindset that I have here with Crystallizer. Now, if you think about a live environment, let's say we have a band, right? So we have the drummer, we have a guitar player, bass player, whatever. Now, for rock songs, what they often do is they layer their instruments, right? So, for example, they play a guitar part, the same guitar part several times, right? And they record it, of course, and maybe they use some different pedal settings, and then they pan it differently to make the track kind of more wider sounding, more dynamic sounding, just to fill it up, right? But it's the same track actually, but play differently a little bit. I mean, if you play the guitar part, you can't play it exactly the same, right? And I like to transform this kind of mindset to the digital world here, and I like to use Crystallizer for such things, because you can pitch it down, whatever, and this Crystallizer adds another layer. But this here is not a good example for the atmosphere stuff. But let's see, we have another part here somewhere. Now here I have some vinyl cracking stuff. I showed this in another video, inspired by East End Dubs. It calls like this something, and actually this is also from an old track that I saved, this little loop here, right? And without the Crystallizer it sounds like this. Quite dry. Let's bring the volume a little bit up here. Right. Sounds very different. And it actually adds some little, yeah, I don't know, variations and stuff. Really interesting stuff here to fill up that little loop here. And it actually adds some kind of a new percussion sound, I don't know. Right? Maybe we could even go a little bit. Yeah. That's how I use, or how I like to use Crystallizer. Listen quickly in all the other tracks here. Yeah, I can't make a big difference here, but yeah, if I mute it, I have the feeling something is missing. I don't know. But it's again very subtle, but that's what I want, right? Okay, so this is the first tool that I like to use, Crystallizer from Sound Toys. Now the second tool is Tecton from D16. I don't know how to pronounce this company, but who cares? Again, fancy name, multi-tap sequence delay. And just quickly let me explain what it does. So basically you have 16 different delay steps, right? And one cool thing here is you can mute the direct signal. Very dry. So you can basically mute the dry signal, right? So you only have the wet signal, if this makes sense. And again, you have 16 different steps here, and you have also different settings per step, right? So you can pan step number 1 delay like this, I don't know, a little bit off center and so on. Feedback different, delay, volume, cutoff, whatever, right? But to be honest, up to now I was only using some presets, and then tweaked a little bit with the shuffle and stuff, feedback and dry wet stuff. And of course it's a little bit louder here. Now let me see if I have another track here with this Tecton. Here again a little layer. There is already some delay there from the recording. And I was muting the main signal. Right. Wow, shuffle at maximum. Okay. Yeah. Let me see if there is another Tecton somewhere on the tracks. I actually don't remember, to be honest. Vocal snippet, but it's nothing fancy, I mean. Just some delays, right? It's the dry signal. And yeah. A bit loud here. A Looperator from Sugar Bytes. Let's have a listen here on the percussion. And I also want to mention Sugar Bytes Effectrix, which is kind of a similar plugin. It's actually 5 plugins then in the end, but I want to mention both. And let's have a quick listen here on a percussion loop. Without it. I mean, we could automate that, right? Or switching it on and off in certain areas inside the arrangement if you want to go really into details and stuff. But yeah, really simple, powerful tool. Let's see if we can add Effectrix on this one and see what we can change with this one. Yeah, I think those two plugins do very similar things, and I actually like to use them for adding some subtle changes, some subtle movement to a track, sometimes creating fills and stuff, some little impact sounds here and there, to make some punctuations throughout the arrangement and stuff. You know what I mean, right? Yeah. Then the third tool, the last one, is FilterFreak from Soundtoys. In general, I like to use FilterFreak more on pad stuff and maybe some textures, whatever. Let's see, maybe we can make an example here. Yeah, it's already going crazy here, this track. But we could do something like this, automated. It's also kind of giving another layer to the ground material, and again, this is the mindset of this guitar player playing another instrument or a little bit of a different pedal setting on the same kind of part of a track, right? Guitar track. So yeah, those are the 4 tools. I hope you get an idea how this could work on your very own track. Maybe I hope this inspires somehow. Again, really quickly. Sum it up quickly: number 1, Crystallizer, to add another layer for sound toys. Number 2, Tecton, multi-sequence delay, I don't remember the name. Number 3, Looperator or Effectrix, they do very similar stuff. I don't know if Looperator is actually a newer version of Effectrix, could be, I don't know. And then 4th tool is FilterFreak, also from Sound Toys. And yeah, those are the tools that I like to use the most, especially not FilterFreak, Crystallizer I use very often, and I think in the future also Tecton. I currently use it in demo mode, right? But yeah, I hope this gives you some inspiration, some ideas how you can add the subtlety to your very own tracks. Remember, adding stuff to your track that you can feel but not actually necessarily hear, right? Okay, so yeah, those are my most used favorite tools. Now, you don't need to use exactly those tools that I showed you in this video, but I actually would encourage you to find your very own subtlety maker tools. Maybe find one and then use that for 3 or more tracks, and then if you get bored out of it, try another one, just one at a time, and you will find out which one fits your style, your very own workflow, and so on. So yeah, I hope this helps. Again, if you want to download my soft but snappy Rominimal Ableton Live Kick, it's ready for free to download for you. Just click on the link below, and hopefully we see each other in another video. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, cheers.